video again. Yeah, this is going to be my video on the sounds I made from the cube semester. Again, you know, if you look like somewhere that way, yeah, if you look that way, you can see my screen all of them. That's all I'm not playing for. I refuse. But yeah, let's get started. I've just made a quick playlist in iTunes just to hold on. Just before I go, these two are ones I started with. These two here are ones I started with. I had the sound effects already. That one was one I recorded. That these five are ones that I have edited from these three to get different sounds out of them. So yeah, let's start this. Let's just start this first one. Now this is a sound effect I got a few years ago that I really didn't use, and I was just kind of flicking through my sound browser, and I heard this and I thought, I can do something with this. So I'm sorry. Right. So yeah, basically this is just three gunshots, and I did a little bit of editing on this, and from this I managed to get it into, I wouldn't say this is my best work, but yeah, there you go. From just those three gunshots, what I did with that track was I transposed it up about 6 or 7 semitones, kind of to bring out the cube factor a bit more. And then I also, I think it was like doubled the tempo from about 250 to I think it was 550, maybe a little bit more. But basically, up the tempo a bit. Transposed it up 6, 7 semitones, and also I looped it over 4 or 5 times and cut out some of the excess sound, and basically recorded it again. And from basically just those 3 gunshots of what was originally just meant to be just a 45 automatic, I kind of turned it into sort of a machine gun sound that could be used in a cube cutscene. I don't know how. Then the same track. This is the one I discovered completely by accident as well, but I'll give you a listen. Yeah, that is the completely same track. Again, this one I also, it's the same loop as the original machine gun sound, but on this one I transposed by accident. I accidentally hit, instead of 8 semitones, I hit 48. When I say hit 48, I don't mean as I hit numbers 4 and 8. I kind of I turned the dial on my hand so that I whacked it right up, and as it was playing, it came out of that. I thought that could be like a sort of sound you could put on as a computer, like a computer doing work in the background, some sound like that. I thought it was very electronic sound. I think at the end of it, when I discovered that, I also put an equalizer on it, and I took out the bass, and I brought out the highs a bit more as well, just to kind of give it more of that kind of like whirring, like mechanical beat. You know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. This is the second sound I have. This is like a 2-minute track, so I'll play you what I used for like the first 10-15 seconds. Yeah, that's literally just some guy beatboxing. Again, I got it in the same thing. I got these 3 gunshots in, and I never really looked at it. I was never planning on using it. And then again, I found it and I thought, let's use it. So I did, and what I came out with was the same sort of thing. This one I constrained. I also upped the tempo, not so much. I only upped it by about 20%. What else did I do? I raised it by about four semitones, and I also equalized it, bringing out the bass in this one. instead of highs. But here we go. There you go, that's a little beatbox sound I made. Moving on, this was actually sound I recorded myself. What happened was I was trying to actually record footsteps for this one, but I kept getting wind, and then that's all that sound is. That's just wind through a microphone, and from that this one I layered actually. I didn't actually do much with this one. I took this original sound, laid it 8 times, so it was 8 times the same sound over and over again. Then what I did for the actual sound I used, say this one I'm actually I lowered the, I transposed it down. Um, I think 2 of the tracks are down an octave and one's actually, let me go through what I did with the 8 tracks. It's probably easier. I need to kind of visualize this myself because I've not got it on the screen in front of me. So I've got my iTunes folder open. But what I did with this sound was I took the first 2 tracks and took them down like 2 3 octaves. One of my equalizing took out the highs and I gave it more bass. The second 2 again by only taking down 1 octave and brought out bass more. The third 2, one of them, they're both left in the same key, but one of them in the same key, same transposition, and one of them is kind of as if to take out the highs, not up the bass, but take out the highs. And the fourth one actually was I left in really quietly in the background. It doesn't come out too well, but what I was trying to do is kind of have some sort of like high end register. So this, on the last track, I upped the tempo an octave and brought out the highs, and I don't think you can really hear it because I also took the volume down quite a lot when I recorded it. But that sound, as you can see by name, I envisioned this sort of falling building. I think to actually get that sound, you'd have to probably put more sort of I don't know how to explain it, but like more crashing. Because right now that just sounds like rubble hitting, like rubbing against each other, so like smashing this like against each other like it would an actual building falling. That sounds like one I create myself. Again. So yeah, I don't know exactly what you can say on those, but those are the sounds I created. Um, yeah, thanks for listening.